Hey there everyone. I am I am making this video for all the Tennessee Titans fans around. As you all know, Tennessee Titans, they're heading into free agency with one of the worst cap spaces of them all. We are in a big pickle after finishing this season in the wild card round. I mean seriously, we finished 2 seasons in a row in the playoffs. So, given the fact that the AFC Championship 2 years ago and now this year with the wild card round. I mean seriously, we're gonna need all the help we can get, and there are some big time positions that I want to discuss. Okay, let's let's get this party started, Titans fans. After making the decision to promote two in-house coaches, one of which was a terrible mistake, by the way. It's most likely the same team we are, except 10 times worse. But it is still the same team that they are. So let's move on with the most important free agency and draft. Okay? We're going to start off with the defensive line first. I mean, seriously, the defensive line, they got to improve. Shane Bowen definitely needs to improve their defensive power, and John Robinson and Mike Vrabel, they need to get the guys to help those people. I mean, seriously, they need to get the guys to help out. I mean, seriously, the defensive line definitely needs new guys around. Which is why this off season they cannot waste any time. This off season they can't waste any time. They waited longer for adavion Clowney, and look what that got him. Only appeared in 8 games. And ended up with a terrible injury during one of those games against Indianapolis Colts. So yeah, you want Clowney to stick around, you got to be careful with your price. And not to mention the fact, well, luckily adavion Clowney is optimistic about coming back to Tennessee. So if they want to keep him around, they gotta choose their price wisely. Also, they need to get a few edge rushers. I think signing either Bud Dupree or Carl Lawson in free agency would help. But it sounds like Carl Lawson would be the most realistic since he is close to Shane Bowen system. I think so. Yeah, either Bud Dupree or Carl Lawson. Also, Daquan Jones could be heading to free agency, so they may have to address the nose tackle as well. If Daquan Jones even stays, they're going to need all the help they could get. So if I were John Robinson, I would address either Bud Dupree or Carl Lawson in free agency, and then use the 22nd pick in the draft for Christian Barmore if he's available in that spot. I mean, seriously, we need Christian Barmore on our team. I know you're saying edge rusher, but here's the thing. We need the edge, but here's the thing. The edge rusher, I think the edge rusher should come during free agency. I mean, if we're interested in Patrick Jones II, we shouldn't draft him in the first round. I mean, seriously. We should wait a little while longer because Patrick Jones II isn't going anywhere. At least not till at least between round 2 and 3. So, yeah. I think yeah. So yeah, get an edge rusher in free agency, Tennessee. Now this one is crucial. Crucial. We need to also improve outside linebackers as well. The outside linebacker is a terrible position. I mean, seriously, we need to hit a home run with limited funds to spare with these guys. The outside linebackers have been terrible, terrible, terrible. Though I think this is we need so whatever outside linebackers we can get, we got to make sure they're fitted into the system. Shane Bowen, you cannot. If we do bring in some new names, you cannot afford to screw up. I mean, seriously, we need all the outside linebackers we can get. Now this one is crucial. Wide receiver. Why wide receiver? Because there's a chance Corey Davis is going to leave. If Corey Davis's contract is one of the main keys to Tennessee Titans offseason. If Corey Davis does leave, then my guess is that we're going to hit the draft probably in round 2, because I don't think the big names are going to be lapping into Tennessee Titans are going to hit Tennessee Titans lap. I think if you're looking for one in free agency, I think it could be Marvin Jones Jr. from Detroit. So yeah, I think should Corey Davis move on, the Tennessee Titans have to choose his replacement wisely. As for Adam Humphries, he's a cap casualty, but even if they release him, they're not going to get much money out of it. So yeah, you got to choose your receiver wisely. Now this one is crazy. Cornerback. I mean, seriously, the cornerback is crucial because of Malcolm Butler getting most of the money. The Tennessee Titans may have to tell Malcolm Butler to cut back some money, but Malcolm Butler's not going to do it. I mean, seriously, did you see that interception in the playoff in the wild card round? Sure, Ravens won the game, but Lamar Jackson really got handed to him by Malcolm Butler in that one play. I mean, seriously, there is no way Malcolm Butler's going to do it. So, here's the thing. There is a chance Malcolm Butler could be let go because Malcolm Butler won't cut money, and if they keep him around till April and they announce a cornerback in the first round, then that's a sign Malcolm Butler is leaving, because there is no way in hell Malcolm Butler is going to work with this new guy. They got Christian Fulton as well, who, by the way, is heading into a sophomore year under a slump. Adoree Jackson, we don't know his fate. So, yeah, that's basically on the cornerback situation. Next up, the tight end position. Now, tight end is one of the 2 crucial key elements I am working on that says, yes, this is a must re-sign. Why is that? Because I do not want to lose Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith is a crucial part of this Tennessee Titans offense. If you don't give Jonnu Smith a contract extension, then you promoted Todd Downing for nothing, because Todd Downing was his tight end coach. You definitely need to give Jonnu Smith that contract extension, because you promoted Todd Downing, for crying out loud, and he's one of your toughest tight ends of them all. If you don't, then you're obviously going to get screwed, because what tight end's going to replace Jonnu Smith? I mean, seriously. Next up, the kicker position. Now, Gostkowski really surprised us all when he signed on to the Tennessee Titans before the regular season. I mean, seriously, I was very shocked to hear Gostkowski's name. It was a bigger surprise than the Clowney thing. I mean, seriously. Now, Gostkowski, should he move on to free agency or retire, the Titans will be back in the exact same spot they were back in 2020. And I do not want that. I think Gostkowski should stay another year. I mean, seriously, I am not ready for Gostkowski to retire. Sure, Gostkowski had a slump of a year, but that was only because he was signed days before the season even began. You can't blame him for having a slump. And if you guys think that Gostkowski is still stinks just because of, and if you think that's an excuse, you're a hypocrite. I mean, seriously, you're a hypocrite for saying that's not an excuse. So yeah, Jonnu Smith and Stephen Gostkowski, those two are a must resign. Now the final ingredient, the backup quarterback. Why backup quarterback? Because nobody seems to trust Logan Woodside as a proper backup QB to Ryan Tannehill. They think Logan Woodside is better off as a special team. So, here's the thing. Every time we get a backup QB, it always ends in disaster. Take a look at Cole McDonald, for crying out loud. We released him and he is now with the Arizona Cardinals. So, yeah, we need a proper backup QB. If not in free, I shouldn't trust free agency. Not even Robert Griffin III. I mean, seriously, I'm looking at Kellen Mond right now. Kellen Mond from Texas A&M because of his incredible performance for Texas A&M, and especially the Senior Bowl woke me up to that. So yeah, Tennessee Titans, please draft Kellen Mond. And if you release him, then you're idiots. So yeah, that's my Tennessee Titans' biggest needs for the upcoming year. I hope y'all enjoy. And I'll see you all you Tennessee Titans fans during free agency. Of course,